are my other glasses? Anyway, how are you guys doing? I found them. These ones are powerful. Mm, too strong. And these ones are a little more. Anyway, this is me, Dodie, and you're watching Dodie's page. The angels are here. If you didn't hear me right, I'll pick up the volume on this. The angels are here. If you don't know what I mean by that, if you don't believe in angels, uh, I don't know what to tell you, but you need to open up your mind, your heart, your everything. I was drinking coffee, finished my coffee, so I'm drinking some milk. I wanted to talk a little bit about the angels. Um, I'm not talking about any specific angels because there's all kinds of angels. There's all kinds. As you might know, there's like, I'll just say this one right off the bat. There's like the angel of death, okay? Um, there's the angel of finances. There's the angel of abundance. And that angel is widespread. What I mean by that is abundance is widespread. Like um, can have a, we have abundance of air. We have a lot of air. We can breathe anywhere, and you guys are still smoking. Stop your smoking. Um, we have abundance of water. Although Rio Grande is going dry. Ouch. There are lakes, so many lakes that are the water level on these lakes, on some of them, they're huge. Uh, they're down to like 30 feet of that much water. And this, I'm talking a lake, so that's a lot of water. And then, but we have abundance of water. There's still a lot of water in this planet. There's abundance of everything, everything, okay? Mostly love, abundance of unconditionally love that we have in us. Let it out. And this thing keeps your stuff hot and it keeps the stuff cold. And really, this is like the best mug I've ever had. It's a Yukon. Okay, I don't do no advertising, but if you want a good mug, okay, enough of the commercial break. Um, abundance of family, abundance of money, abundance of, I mean, you name it, of food, abundance of health. You know, no matter what you do, you're going to be healthy, stuff like that, right? But at the same time, there's different angels that specifically count for that. I don't want to say specialize, but that's what they do. They're Like Archangel Raphael, he's an angel of healing, and they have different colors too. Um, I have a different color. My aura is gold, um, and it changes color, like iridescent colors, like purples, lilacs, rose, blues. Um, Whoa, dude, backing up into another trailer. Let's see. Hmm. I'm a truck driver, by the way, so I'm sitting in my truck. I can't move my phone because then everything will mess up. Ouch! Oof! Come, you came that close. Anyway, uh, angels are coming. They are here um, for. Well, I've been telling you guys over and over and over to start purifying yourself, clean yourself up, um, start being more polite. Uh, well, the angels are here to help us do that too. But I'm going to tell you something that you're probably going to break out on. Well, before things get better, things have to get cleaned up and a little more chaotic. And that goes with anything. I'll make an example. Say you're cleaning up your garage. Okay, you got you can't find your tools, you can't find nothing, your bench, you gotta walk around stuff, you can't park your car in the garage or nothing. Okay. So basically that's how we are. We're cluttered up with all kinds of crazy stuff in us. What's gonna happen? I'm not a predictor, I'm not a uh, what do you call this? Fortune teller, nothing like that. What's going to happen though? This is I I tell you guys like on the entry level of things, okay? I'm not a professional neurologist. I'm not a professional star watcher or something like that, whatever they call them, geologist. And no, I'm a professional artist and I'm a professional truck driver, okay? And I make videos. I'm a warrior of light, okay? So back to the garage thing. In order for things to get better, things are going to have to be a little chaotic. Now, garage, okay? You got the whole weekend to clean your garage, right? Saturday and Sunday. Okay, now, listen. Don't go away. Listen. You can't walk through the garage. You can't find your tools, everything you need. You can't park your car in there, your motorcycle, your go-kart, whatever else you got. Everything's all kind of all over the place, thrown, broken. That's kind of like how we are. We're kind of scattered. We're just thrown there, put that tent there, put that jack right there, put that, the tools, the socket set over there, the chainsaw over there. Everything's just kind of, well, I can't even fit my car in here, and I can't even, I can't even find the door. I got to walk around through the front door to get to the Okay, so you know what I mean? Everything's just, that's how we've been with our lives. Okay, now you got to start cleaning it up, purifying yourself, right? The garage. I'm going to run them parallel, us and the garage. Okay, start purifying yourself means start forgiving people. The past is the past. You can't change that. You can't. You did what you did, own it. I felt like a fool. I was a jackass. I shouldn't have said that. I hurt that person. I'm mad at that person. I never want to talk to that person. I hate that person. You know, all that stuff. It's in the past. We go forward in life. The garage. The tools. I got a flat tire in my car. I can't get to work. I can't find the jack. I don't know where my spare tire is. It's in there. Like my socket set's not working. All this, and so you gotta clean them up, organize them. Okay, so we'll go to the garage first this time. I'm going to, before you start cleaning up, you gotta start getting this and that out. And okay, so okay, I'm gonna start in the corner of the garage. That corner is all cluttered. There's a compressor. There's a set of knives. There's, where'd that come from? There's my sledgehammer. I've been looking for that thing for a long time. All that stuff. Okay, you put it, you put it, you put it, you put it. Okay, so you can't walk in your garage now for the weekend. You can't because you're organizing it, right? You're taking things out the way they are because they're a mess. You take them out, put them out here and there in your garage, right? Okay, there's my jack. Okay, oh, my spare is flat. I can't use that anyway, so I can use my compressor to fill it up, but where's the hose? So you're still doing it. Now let's go to us. A pain in the butt. That person is such a nice person. I shouldn't have said that to them. I insulted them. I That other person just gets under my skin. I don't like that person. That other the anger, the all that. Get that out. Just like you're getting cleaning out the garage. Get them out. Acknowledge them. Okay, this person. Why don't I like that person? Because that person thinks he's God's gift. He thinks he's always right and you're always wrong. And that other person thinks just insults you all the time. And that other person tried to do something with you. That other person tried to beat you up. Okay, you get them, each one of them. The person tried to beat me. Why'd you try to beat me up? Okay, I'm not going to go near you. What do you do in that case? We got in an argument. If you can get a hold of that person, hey, I don't know why you don't like me, but I'm sorry. I'm good. I love you. Bye. That's it. I apologize. Bye. Okay. Just like there's the sledgehammer. Okay, I'm going to put it right there. I acknowledge that there was a sledgehammer. I'm going to put it there so that I know it's right there. There's the jackhammer. There's not the jackhammer, the chainsaw. Okay, I'm going to get the chainsaw. I'm going to put it next to the sledgehammer. There's a flat spare tire. I'm going to put that next to the compressor. And that's you do the same thing with the people. Okay, those people are my friends at work. I really don't want to associate with them. I don't want to do anything with them. And if we talk again, fine. If we don't, fine. Sometimes you just gotta just zip it and go your own way. But if you hurt that person, apologize, okay? Because you acknowledge what the relationship was. I'm clean on my part. I washed it. There you go. I apologize. If you don't want to accept my apology, okay, that's up to you now. I cleaned myself up. Now that corner of the garage is kind of organized. You can see the wall. There's a plug there. You can, oh, there's a plug. Now I can plug in my light so I can see what I'm doing. So you look back, everything's a mess back there. Your sledgehammer's next to the compressors, next to the tire, next to the jackhammer. So, but you got them all mixed up. That's okay because now you're going to start putting them back in the garage. I don't need to tell you how to clean your garage. You're going to put stuff where you want to put them. You know, there's all my spray cans. My shop is broken. Okay, so I'll just put them here for now and, just organize it so that you can fit your car in, so that you can walk in there and maybe do some woodwork or just sit down and on a Sunday afternoon and kick back for a little while, inside your garage. The same thing with the people that you hurt or that hurt you. The same thing. It's the same thing. Clean yourself up, clean up your garage. Okay. Uh, hello. Hello. Uh, who is that again? Who is that again? There, wait, dar. That's not a dar. Okay, that's an I, not a L. Okay. Daria. Daria? Okay. Hi, Daria. How are you? Anyway, that's what that's how you do it. Okay. Just acknowledge the person. You don't have to go start being buddy buddy with the ones that irritate you or that try to hurt you. And if you don't meet up with them again, okay, say a prayer. Like, you know, I told you about the thoughts. The thoughts go in your head, they go to your heart. From your heart, they go to heaven, to Mother, Father, God. You know, please, God, uh, I don't know if I'll ever see this person again, but we had a bad relationship. I send my forgiveness to that person. And so it is. Not amen. Forget the amen stuff. It's, and so it is. And there it is. Okay, basically. Okay, you're purifying yourself. That's what I'm talking about. It's easy. You'll feel better. And after that, okay, first of all, you're going to feel better. After that, if you do see that person again, you're going to think in your mind, oh no, there's that person. I'm like, oh, I can't stand that person. Like, oh, it gets under my skin. Oh, that person tried to hurt me and tried to do some nasty stuff and tried to just talks about me. You know what? You got a guard. The angels are here. They're going to protect you. Don't worry about being hurt by that person anymore. And if they do try to insult you or try to hurt you again, best thing for you to do is walk away. Zip it and sorry, I can't talk now. I gotta go by. Something like that. And if They say, "Oh, well, you don't like me. You're just being uh, a bad word stuff for and starts that that person is not clean, but you're clean. You get it? Just like you put your sledgehammer, it's full of cobwebs. Okay, my sledgehammer's here. Ah, I gotta, before I put it back, I'm gonna clean up the cobwebs. My spare tire, before I put it back, it's full of grease. I'm gonna get a cloth and wipe down the grease. Stuff like that. Okay, cleaning up your garage, cleaning up yourself. So you guys got the parallel thing here, how easy it is. No, we don't always like to clean the garage, but it's going to be messy at first. It's going to get messy, chaotic, crazy, call it whatever you want. I'll call it messy. Things are going to get messy all over the place. People are going to say, the world's ending, the world's ending. The, how do they call it? End times. The world's coming to an end. No, no, it's not. The world is evolving. It's, I'm not crazy about this part, but I'll tell you, people are saying, people like in the spirit world that I associate with and stuff, people, like, not angels, not, you know, not archangels, not spirits, not nothing like that. People, like walking, talking, uh, they're saying that it's like first of all, it's the year of the fire horse. I'll get to that in a minute. But this, like now, that's happening, it's not the year of the snake, but it's like the time of the snake where you start shedding off the old and, the new starts coming in. So they call it, you know, like a snake sheds off the skin and goes off into a new uh, body texture. Okay. Nah. Anyway, that's what's going to happen. Like I said, in the garage, okay, you cleaned off the cobwebs, you cleaned up the grease, you cleaned up all the dust and paper. Now you got some trash. You just gotta dispose of the trash. That's the old part that the garage had. For you got all these feelings and anger and situations. Well, clean them up, put them away. That's your trash. Dispose of them. You don't got to worry about that. Just like the trash, you don't got to worry about the trash anymore. Just go put the trash in the dumpster and let you know, the trash truck come and take it away to the landfill or whatever they do it, however, recycle it or whatever. You don't got to worry about recycling you because you are being recycled. You're the good stuff. Just like your sledgehammer now is all nice and clean, your tires wiped down, and your compressor, okay, it works. You found the hose to it, everything, and you put them in order. That's how we are. Start putting things in order. That person really hurt me. That person I never want to talk to. That person broke my heart. That person tried to rape me. That person tried to beat me up. You put them in order. One person I'm never going to see again. I know that because we don't associate or our paths are totally gone. Okay, so don't worry about that one anymore. Pray to God. This person I got to deal with because I go to work all the time, and he's just a, you know, arrogant piece of, you know what? So, you know what? Get that feeling out. Okay, stop saying that he's a arrogant piece of, you know what? Just like that's how he is. Okay, you clean the cobwebs off that. Okay, there it is. You now I know what how you are, so I'm not like you. I'm gonna be me clean. That's the angels are here to help us. So they're here to help us. I told you that this whole world is evolving. Yes, it is. And it's happening. Today is the 27th of August. I don't know what day it is. the days, they just go by so fast. It's I know it's the date. It's the 27th of August because tonight there's a full moon, and it's a, it's a lunar eclipse that the moon is going to disappear. And also, it's a blood moon, what they call a blood moon. It's where the moon is going to go from bright, like a bright moon glow, right, to a red color. And it's not it's not close to us, like in some cases. So it's pretty far out, but in some cases, like here's Earth, it comes real close. Now it's kind of far out, but I don't know the distance of that. But I do know that it's going to be an eclipse tonight, and a lunar eclipse, and it's going to be what do you call it? A blood moon. That has a lot of energy, and it doesn't mean that there's going to be werewolves and they're going to start eating us and attacking us. No, don't worry about that. That's not happening. That's baloney. Uh, what's going to happen? I'll tell you. The changes, the frequency, the energy that we've been getting from the sun is going to accelerate. It's going to be more energy. It's going to be, it's like turning up the volume like on a welder or something, right? You turn up the amps, right? Now that it's like, really powerful. That's what's going to happen. And for the next, actually, in the short run, you know, the next maybe 10 months, something like that, it's going to accelerate. Or, I say or, and that depends on you. If you don't, if you just see this film and then forget about it, like, okay, well, whatever, I'm going to go on with my life. Nothing's going to happen to you. You're just going to go live your own life, but you're not going to evolve because you're choosing to stay here. You're not going to evolve. That's the or, okay? But if you choose to start evolving, start purifying yourself, start being more aware. They need a muffler. Anyway, anyway, what's going to happen is you're going to evolve. And when you evolve, you start to purify yourself and you start your consciousness, your conscience, you're going to start noticing everything. My hands right now are vibrating. You're going to start feeling things. As I'm talking to you right now, I could feel my hands. Yeah, the hands are very powerful. They're, one is, the right hand is for receiving, the left hand is for giving. Not for giving, but to give. This one is to receive, this one is to give. Forgiving is for your heart, okay? You give, you forgive, but whatever you do, be thankful for everything, everything. Remember, I told you this is the Earth School. I don't know if I can say it on this one, but I've said it plenty of times in my other videos. We're here to learn. We're not here to suffer. We're not here to be sick. We're not here to be hurt or be mean or be troubled or be stressed, or we're not here to do drugs. We're not here. We're here to enjoy life. Okay? The learning part is okay, we got free will. We can go this way or that way. We can take the easy streets or we can go through the dirt roads and learn some extra stuff in the dirt roads. What I mean by that is easy street, okay, uh, I got it. I know what I'm doing. You know, like piece of cake. The dirt roads are more like, I wonder what that's about. I'm gonna go check it out. And you turn on something new. You turn on a new type of music. You turn on a new type of place to go. Uh, Instead of going to the same restaurant, you go to a different restaurant. That's kind of like, because you're exploring and maybe you'll go to that one car show and you didn't really like the cars there. You didn't like, okay, I'll never go to that car show again. I'll never go to that restaurant again because, the service was bad or the food was bad. Okay, so you're learning. Easy Street is, I'm just going to go to the same one I go to all the time and everything's going to be fine. But you don't learn anything like that. So it's always better to take the dirt roads. You get more knowledge in you. You do. You really do. Um, you learn more and you make more mistakes. Yeah, like I just spent $50 on that restaurant there. Like, you walk away all pissed off. I could have used my $50 for something else, And instead, the food was lousy. I got diarrhea, and like just I'm feeling horrible now. But you learned. It's not about the money. It's not about your anger. It's about your experience. You're going to do that. I'll tell you one thing. I was hungry. I was really hungry. I had some lasagna, right? Leftover lasagna. All, I didn't want to go out to go eat anymore because you gotta watch your money. You gotta. So I had some leftover lasagna. So I ate it. It wasn't a whole lot, but I ate it. After that, I no 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 no. I'm sorry. It wasn't lasagna. It was pizza. That's what it was. And because I like to eat pizza and then save it for the next morning because it's always good like that to have with coffee and stuff. It was pizza, and I love lasagna, by the way. So I ate the pizza, like two slices of pizza I ate. Okay, I was not the morning, but it was in the evening, and I'm still hungry. That because they weren't big slices; they were two little slices. I get when I order pizza, I order the small one, so I get little slices. But I can't eat the whole one in one shot, so I always have leftover pizza. I ate the pizza, two slices. I'm still hungry, so I had some leftover enchiladas. So okay, so I ate the enchiladas too. Okay, you know, my cravings are gone. I'm not hungry anymore. Okay, good. Don't do that. Don't do it. Beware. Beware. I went to bed last night, or that night. I'm laying in bed. I slept for like about 2 hours. I woke up with a stomach ache, like, oh, what did I eat? Because I'm still in slumber and everything. I woke up like, ooh, like, oh. I had to get up and I sleep in my semi. I had to get up, walk over across the parking lot to the restroom and at the truck stop in the middle of the night. I had the runs. Like, oh, like, so feeling like heck. I came back, went to sleep, or tried to go back to sleep, couldn't do it right away. So, I'm tired. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to sleep. But I still feel like crap. So I fell asleep again. I had to get up 3 hours later, go back to the restroom and do my business all over again. I'm like, oh, right. But at least I felt a little better this time coming back. I'm like, okay, I got all that, whatever I ate out. I didn't realize that the pizza and the enchiladas, it's like the Italians and the Mexicans got in a fight in my stomach, and the only one who lost was me. Don't do that. You're gonna eat pizza, stick with the Italian stuff. You're gonna eat like enchiladas, stick with the tacos and burritos and enchiladas. Just like, you know, don't mix. Anyway, I thought I'd share that little experience with you. I learned. I learned that not to do that. I'm trying to give you guys heads up not to do that. Not that the angels were around me, but yeah, the angels. Yeah, I guess there was one because the angel told. They're always around us anyway. That angel said, like, you know what? You shouldn't have done that. You want more pizza? You got half a slice left there. I couldn't eat that leftover pizza anymore. Anyway, that's what I'm trying to tell you. The angels are here. Things are going to get worse because you're cleaning out the garage. Everything's a mess. There's no way you can drive your car in because you're not done cleaning. You got to clean everything up or put everything back in order, on the shelves and fix the broken shelves and throw away all that trash that you got. Like, what is this little doohickey thingamabob that I got? Like, I don't want that. Some metal bar with, you know, something going this way and that way and a wheel there. Like, what does this thing do? Pohuera, out at the same time in yourself. You're thinking, why am I still mad about this person? Because this happened 20 years ago. Like, like, do you hold grudges? Well, let it go. Poeta, out of here. Do I hope I'm making sense with you guys because I'm a warrior of light. I have to tell you guys from the beginning stages, from where you're at, okay? Like I told you before, three things, right? Three things. Stop your smoking. The smoking might feel good, might relax you, might taste good, however you do with a cigarette, no pot or any of that drug, okay? If you got that, you gotta get rid of that stuff. But there's no such thing as medical marijuana either, okay? That you're a sucker if you believe that. Anyway, get rid of the smoking. You can't stop right away because you're addicted. The nicotine is addictive, but start working on it, right? Start lowering your consumption of the nicotine of that habit. Start cleaning it up. That's one, or one of the three. The two, the second one, or two of the three. Stop spitting on the ground. We live on this planet. You wouldn't spit in your kitchen floor. You wouldn't spit in your bedroom carpet or in the hallway. You wouldn't spit on the stairs. You wouldn't spit on the walls. You wouldn't spit in your garage. You wouldn't stop your spitting. That's disrespecting the planet that we live on. If this planet, Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, it's alive. If it wasn't alive, we wouldn't be alive. We're here for a short time. This planet has been a planet for billions and billions and billions of years. So here we come and we're disrespecting the planet. Like throwing toxic waste, like changing your oil and just letting the oil run all over the dirt. That's disrespecting the planet. Like, antifreeze or gasoline or anything toxic, even plastic, just throwing the plastic and just like whatever, just let it go. I'm sure you guys have seen videos of animals, the sea life, where there's a turtle wrapped around, has his neck wrapped around a six-pack uh, little plastic, you know, how I don't know if they still make those or not, but however, a paper bag or something, or some sort of a plastic net, and they're like, and they can't move because that's disrespecting the planet. Okay, so the same thing. Stop spitting on the ground. Stop disrespecting this planet. Have respect for where you live. Be thankful. That's two. Okay, spitting and smoking. The third one is yourself. Cussing, complaining all the time, uh, having bad manners, a bad mouth, you're effing this and effing that, and look at that, effing idiot, and calling names, and that dumbass over there and stuff like that. Though that's like another part. That's the third one. Okay. I'm not perfect. I still do those. I'm still working on them myself. I don't smoke though. And yes, sometimes I'm brushing my teeth outside Okay, I'm not going to swallow it. So I'll spit it on the ground. Okay, yeah, I admit it. I spit on the ground because I'm brushing my teeth. But you know what I do every time? Every time I do that, I tell Mother Gaia, excuse me, excuse me, Mother Gaia, I'm brushing my teeth. Okay, and that's all you got to do. If you're going to give a flower to someone you love, say you're coming home from work and you see this beautiful garden of flowers, right? So, okay, you're going to pull over your car and start, get your knife or your scissors and start cutting off some lilies, some daisies, some, daffodils, and, maybe a rose if there's one in there, or whatever, carnations, and, so, okay, make a little arrangement, uh, tie it in a bow, go take them home to your wife or your daughter's birthday or something like that, right? Your mom or, okay, what did you just do? You cut some living plants. You cut them. They're, you got the heads off, in a pretty little bouquet, tied a bow, like, okay, and you give it to the one you love. That's okay. Mother Gaia knows, yes, you can do that because your love is going from your heart. I need to do that because I love this person. I want to show my love. And, you know, like I said, your daughter just turned 16 and her birthday's now, and, you didn't have enough money to give her anything, or so you give her a bouquet of flowers. Your wife, just because I love you, there you go. There's the flowers. That's love. You're going from one love. The flowers are helping you, and they're going to love because the beauty of the flowers. Now, if you go the other way, you go by and you see these flowers, and you just run them over with your car. Just, eh, like whatever. I'm gonna pull over here, take a piss, and smoke a cigarette, and throw the butt and spit on the ground, and take off, and you run over the flowers again. See the difference? See the difference? There's one is totally sweet, and the other one is totally rude and obnoxious. No, the earth doesn't like that. The earth doesn't. We live on a live planet. This planet has a conscience. Look at the weather. You don't believe me? Look at the weather. You know. So yeah, that's where you don't do stuff like that. You do stuff out of love, and that's when I'll give you another example. I'm still thirsty. I'll give you another example about the angels and how they're there to be with you. Let's say you're like you're emotional, you're hurt. Your wife or your girlfriend, you caught them cheating on you or lying to you, or got an argument over money or whatever, right? But you're hurt, whatever, you're hurt. And all those things are totally different from one another. But okay, let's say you're hurt. Let's say you're heartbroken. I did whatever I could and, still betrayed. Um, yes, it hurts. It hurts. That's the pain you get. You didn't ask for it. You tried everything you could. You were nice. You were sweet. You gave your best. You followed your heart. Well, you learned not everybody's like you. Not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody is wants to be around you. Different, not my cup of tea kind of thing, you know what I mean? I'll give you another little example and I'll get back to that one. Say you go into a forest, back to Mother Earth. They tie to the heartbroken too. Say you go into a forest and yes, I'm gonna go camping and I'm gonna go fishing at the lake and get all this and you know and you got a little four-wheeler and you're gonna go in these places like that guy that just came. That's what it was, a little four-wheeler that a little while ago. Well, you go into the forest, and this nobody does, but you should learn to do it before you go into the forest. Talk to the trees. The trees are alive. They're older than most of us. Most of the trees are older than us. That's what I meant to say. Some of the trees are what the redwoods, they're like 2,000 years old. Yeah, the redwoods in California, the big gigantic trees. They're, yeah, they've been living, they've been around the block. Well, not really, but they've solid and they just keep living and living and living. The trees are a totally different kingdom. And oh boy, I can tell you about trees. Well, okay, you go into the forest, but not only the trees live in the forest, the bushes live in the forest, the grass live in the forest, the animals live in the forest, the insects live in the forest, the tiny, tiny little micro, little tiny bugs and stuff. We call them bugs, but they're little atoms that fly around and sometimes give you a rash or sometimes make you sneeze or stuff. They live in the forest because in the forest they get to live the way they want. There's little tiny worms, there's little tiny spiders, there's little tiny things. There's big ones, like a big bear. There's a big moose, or you know. Okay, before you go into the forest, stop for a second. Just stop. Forest. I know it's going to kind of sound a little silly, but say, Forest, may I come in? You're not going to hear a tree say, "No, you can't," or or a bush says, "What are you going to do? What do you want?" No, they're not going to start talking to you, but they hear you. They know your presence. They know you're there, and they're going to think, "What are you going to do? You said you're going to go camping. You're going to light a fire and stuff. Are you going to burn us down? Are you going to pollute? Are you going to, what are you going to do?" Right? That's what the forest is thinking, the trees and the bushes and the animals and stuff, insects and stuff. You go in there and yes, they're they're not going to say anything, but at least you asked. Okay, that's okay, sure. Come on in. That's the trust, just like the betrayal that your wife or husband you found cheating on you. You let them into your heart. The trees, you let them The trees let you into their hearts. Now, if you go over there and you start a forest fire, well, whose heart did you break? Well, I didn't do it. Geez, I'll go to prison for arson. I didn't do it. I wasn't even around there. So you'll tell the forest ranger or the people around, but you burnt their homes, you burnt all the trees and stuff. Well, you broke their heart because we let you come in and you just did that to us. Just like you let somebody into your heart, your spouse, and they went off, ran off with another. Why'd you do that? See? So you ask to go into a forest. Ask. It's as easy as that. Forest, hey, here I come. Ta-da. Let's go have some fun. Uh, is that okay? Always ask a question. Just don't say, I'm coming, ready or not. No, just, can I come in? That's it. That's it. Just a thought. You see a tree there. Hello, tree. Can I come? You know, and the trees, like I said, is not going to talk back to you, but it knows that your heart connected with that. It's a heart. It's invisible. Just like the love you had for that person that betrayed you. You don't see that person didn't see your love and just went off with someone else, right? It's invisible. Just like the angels are around us. They're invisible. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I hope you got today's message. The angels are coming. The angels are here. More and more angels are coming. More and more. Um, Things are going to get a little messy because we're starting to clean ourselves up, starting to evolve. If you don't want to evolve, then stay there. Just do whatever you want. It's not your time yet. Maybe not in this lifetime. But remember, I said the past few videos 80 billion people are on this planet right now. If if not, it's 79 and you know 999 billion, something like that. But it's pretty close to 80 billion. I haven't checked on the census, but pretty close to 80. Why? Why is there so much? Why is this planet so populated right now? Why? It's because this world is changing. People, which are now people, beings, came, they were born in a body form, right? A human form. Uh, some are sick, some are tall, some are small, they walk with a limp, some of them are careless, some of them are mean, all kinds, different races, different cultures, but they're here. The newer generation, they've come. And it's been happening. 80 billion just don't pop up all at once. It's been accumulating because they've known. I know that this has been something's happening. You know how I know? First of all, there's two things how I know. One of them is I've awakened. I'm my conscience, my I can see now that there's a little ant kingdom. I can see there's a spider kingdom or the insectoid kingdom. What I mean by insectoid kingdom, it's like the grasshoppers, the ladybugs, the centipedes, the stink bugs, the cockroaches, the spiders, the all those. It's a different type of species. See, you don't see a, and some of them don't even get along. They don't like each other. The spiders like to eat the flies, right? Uh, Mosquitoes. So they're all different types of, but it's the kingdom. It's the different species, but it's the insectoid species. They don't have, the praying mantis. Probably one of the closest one to us, because the praying mantis, uh, it does kind of like kung fu moves. you know, that's where kung fu got some of the moves from, praying mantis. That's where, because I know I was in kung fu for a long time when I was a kid. I know about, you know, praying mantis are smooth, and they are very intelligent, and they know how to do some kung fu moves on you that would blow your mind. Well, they're probably the closest ones to us. An ant, a little different, you know, uh, a ladybug, they're all kind of different, right? That's the insectoids. And then there's the animal kingdom. You got the elephants, you got the giraffes, you got the monkeys, you got the bears, you got the deer, you got the birds. Well, no, wait, the birds are a little different. You got, the hamsters, you got, the mouses, you got the dogs, the cats. That's the animal kingdom. Some are domestic, some are wild, some of them don't want to be domestic. Try domesticating a cougar. And I don't mean an older lady either. I mean a mountain lion. You're not going to domesticate that lion. If you do it, you're going to have to raise it from a little tiny bitty thing and domesticate it. But if you go and get one of those ones from the wild, no, they will eat you. They will tear you apart because it's their way of life. That's the animal kingdom. Then there's the human kingdom, humanoids, right? Insectoids, animals. They're not animal toids, but they're animal kingdom. Insectoid kingdom. We're the humanoid kingdom. See, so we're different types of species. We're all here on this planet, and we're sharing the same air, we're sharing the same water, we're sharing the same weather, the same ground, dirt, and stuff. Okay, now, by doing that, have respect for everybody. Be thankful. If you didn't go into that forest, I didn't finish this part about going into the forest. Say you just walk in there and, you know, a few years ago, I'll give you an example. This guy had a video. I was watching him, and this was in the Appalachian Mountains. I'm close. I'm in the Rocky Mountains, but was in the Appalachian Mountains. He's a nice guy. I used to watch his videos. I don't remember what he used to talk about, but one weekend, I guess it was a holiday weekend or something. They were going to spend 4 days by the lake up there. They rented a cabin, and they're going to, live up there. He was all happy about it because his wife and I think he had two kids, one baby and another one like a toddler, right? Like 3 or 4 years old. Well, they're sitting there, and there was a deadly snake right there, right? Almost bit one of the children. Um, Yikes. Yeah, the Oh, I forgot about the the reptilian and the birds and the fish. They're all different kingdoms, right? Bird kingdom, the reptilian kingdom. That means alligators, iguanas, snakes, frogs, all those kind of. And then there's the fish, like sardines, tuna, trout, salmon, you know what I mean? And then there's the dolphins, which the dolphins and the whales, they're more mammals, right? So those are that. But that guy, like I said, he got on the video and he was going to have a nice weekend with his kid. But I'll tell you right now, and I didn't even know this either, right? About going into a forest and asking the forest. I didn't know that yet. I learned. He was a great example because he go there. He thought he was just it's going to be Disneyland up there or something. No, there's people up there. Not people. There's beings up there, and if you go in there and invade their territory, they're going to snap at you. They're going to say, "Hey, what are you doing? You don't belong here. You didn't ask." If someone comes into your house and just starts making themselves at home and possibly destroying the place or eating your food or sleeping in your bed, and you're gonna say like what you didn't ask, like who are you? That's the same thing like a forest. Same thing like what happened to that guy because he didn't ask to go into the forest. If he would have asked, that snake would have gone someplace else. Like, oh, okay, you're gonna be here for a little bit. Okay, I'll leave you alone. Because believe it or not, snakes they don't live off hate. Uh, they're very cautious. Some are very deadly and dangerous. I personally am extremely cautious about snakes. They're not, I'll tell you right now, they're not my favorite type of being, but I respect them. I know them. I don't hate them, but you go your way, I go mine. Just like a black widow, you go your way, I go mine. A scorpion, you know what? You go your way, I go mine. Okay? Peace. Peace, bro. Okay? Little ants, little tiny little suckers, they bite you, they hurt. A lot of times we accidentally step on them, we don't even notice. And mine was saying, why didn't you stop on them? No, you don't kill them. They're beings, they're just living day to day, just like you are in their own kingdom. That's what being awake is. That's what you're okay. It's not just about me going to work and back and paying the bills and having sex and drinking beer and smoking a cigarette or cigar and getting high and you know watching a football game or something like that. Eating barbecue and like no, that's not it. That's not living. Living is when you see everything around you, you know, you hear the birds, maybe hear a dog bark. If you hear a or something, there might be a snake around you hissing at you, or if you don't hear anything and you feel something, there might be a spider crawling up you. Be aware of everything, the good ones and the bad ones. Be cautious of everything. Like I said, the animals, bears don't hate us. Mountain lions don't hate us. Uh, Moose, they don't hate us. Dogs, they don't hate us. Scorpions don't hate us. You know, black widows, they don't hate us. They're trying to survive. They got their own little thing going on. They got their own little kids to take to school and back, so to speak. So like, leave me alone. Like you big butt of a human. You got smelly feet. Stop stepping on me. But anyway, wake up. Wake up to everything that's going around you. And of course, you're gonna get mosquitoes that are just coming, like, yeah, you taste good. Oh, like, yeah, I'm gonna get you, like, and you won't even know it. Be aware of what your surroundings are. And I don't mean only the bad ones, I mean the good ones. That's waking up. That's like your conscience, like, I'm not the only one who's living here. You walk into forest, I'm not the only one. You go to forest, you're gonna find trillions and trillions of living beings in there. Some we've never even uh, heard of. We don't even have names for some of them because there's some of them are so small. Some of them keep themselves hid from people like us because they know we will hurt them. So love, 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 unconditional. Open up your heart. The angels will see that. The angels are here. Angels are here. They are here. Um, what else can I tell you about the angels? Let me think. It doesn't mean, okay, say you clean yourself up. Your garage is all clean and everything. Your heart and your relationships, you forgot, you burnt some bridges. Okay, you're not going back to those people, but, they're in the past. You learn from them. Acknowledge the lesson you learned. No, I don't like, from the people that we used to hang out with. No, I don't like going to strip joints. I don't like going to bars and getting drunk anymore and, getting in fights. I got a family to raise, or I got my future to live, or my career to get better. Okay, so you do that. See, you're letting that go and you're bringing in the new. Just like the snake will let all the skin off. It's not going to be fun. It's not, going to be easy, but all that stuff is coming off, leaving it there. I'm going someplace else. Just like your garage is clean now, good. You got rid of all the trash. Now, better days. Now I can park my car in there and polish it. Now I can, you know, vacuum it up and clean it, keep it, from the hot sun or the cold winters or whatever. So it'll be easier. In the long, it's not going to be easy in the beginning. You got a garage to clean, I'd rather go fishing or whatever. No, I can't go to the barbecue. I got to clean my garage. No, I'm not going to the wedding. There's too many people that I don't get along with. Okay, I acknowledge them. Send the groom and bride my love, but I'm gonna go enjoy myself and other things. Go ride a motorcycle, go ride a horse, go ride a bike, or go walking to the park or something. So you're keeping your energy to yourself. And the angels are going to be there because the angels are always around us. A lot more are coming. Like I said, angels have different, I want to say tasks. They have different tasks. That's just my way of putting it. Some angels will help you with your finances. Some angels will help you with tough decisions. Some angels will send you opportunities. Some angels will give you feelings like you shouldn't have ate that lasagna and I'm sorry, that pizza and enchilada, but don't worry, you're not going to die. You're just going to suffer for a while, and we're going to laugh our heads off because angels do laugh. By the way, the some angels will help you create. Some angels will help you, you know, uh, heal from your sickness. Some angels will they'll help you. Everything we do, everything. If, say you got one of those things like you know oxygen things and stuff. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Well, who are you going to blame? You can only blame yourself. Well, my mom and dad, we grew up, and my dad had the same thing. It's not your dad's fault, it's your fault. No, no, it's hereditary. And like, I don't know, the guy kind of like stalled. Well, it's hereditary. That's in your head. So your dad went off the cliff, so you're going to go off the cliff with him? No, we got free will. Hello? Like, no, you don't have to follow. And I'm talking sickness. And they'll tell you, these doctors, well, yeah, you got blonde hair and blue eyes, just like your mom and dad. Okay, it's in your genes and stuff. Yeah, there's a certain point to that. Sure. My kids didn't come out black. My kids didn't come out, Oriental. They, no, they came out, you know, same color skin like me and everything. But I don't know. Pause. Time out. My brother has brown eyes, brown hair. His wife, they're divorced now, but his wife had brown eyes, brown hair. Their son came out blonde hair and blue eyes. Like, where did that one come from? That's the milkman or somebody. So sometimes things will change through the DNA, stuff like that. But these doctors will tell you, well, yeah, my grandpa died from emphysema, so yeah, well, I'll probably die the same thing. Well, you just made a decree that that's the way you think, and that's the way it's going to be. You just gave that one up. Hello? No, it's not like that. It is complicated to tell you guys this stuff. I have to tell you because time is short, time is getting smaller. So I have to keep telling you guys. Hereditary and tradition, and, you know, yeah, I have arthritis because my mom had arthritis. So, like, no. Okay, I got a big nose because my brother has a big nose and my uncle has a big nose and it's it's complicated. It's really complicated. But we got free will. We got the angels protecting us. They're going to keep us. They're going to help you keep that garage clean. They're going to help you keep your soul, your body, the way you look at life. They're going to help you keep it clean without cussing, without smoking, without spitting on the ground. Anyway, listen, me, Dodie. I'm glad you listened. I'm glad you stuck around. If you made it this far, I love you. I love you even if you came to the first minute and went away. That's okay. But um, you guys be careful. Don't worry. Things are going to get chaotic. Uh, I'll leave you with this. Archangel Michael told me personally, don't be afraid. If you're afraid, come to me and I will be with you because I'm there with you all the time anyway. But don't be afraid. You got nothing to be afraid of. Okay, you think, but how am I going to make it? Because, first of all, I don't have no money for food. I don't have a job. Um, how am I, I don't even have any water. How am I going to bathe myself? Uh, the family's mad at me. I'm not feeling good. And like, how am I going to make it? And Archangel Michael says, you know what? The world may fall apart around you, but you'll stay standing up. And that's because you need to have faith, trust. You can't control everything. I can't control what the economy is going to do, or the fuel prices, or the weather, or anything. But I trust that I'm going to be okay. I trust that I'm not going to go hungry. I trust that I'm going to have a safe place to go to sleep. I may have to figure them out, but I trust that I'll get that job. I trust that I'm going to meet the right people. I trust that my business is going to grow. I trust that I'm going to stay healthy even though I ate pizza and enchiladas and had diarrhea like crazy. Okay, that flushed out, that passed. The next morning, I had myself a good uh, breakfast and I was done. So no matter what you do, you're going to survive. You're going to be, but you have to purify yourself. Open up. It's called awakening. It's not awakening to what's around you. Well, yeah, it is because there's all kind of cool stuff around us, but it's awakening inside you. Okay, it's me. I'm special. I don't. My boss said that I'm a piece of crap over there, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm an idiot, and I keep getting him in trouble because I'm costing him a lot of money, and I'm a liability, and I'm no good at what I do. No, you're learning. Okay, if your boss thinks like that, either get better at it, what you do, or get away from that. You don't belong there. Go to someplace else. Go find a different career or a different job. So, see, you learn. You're going to make your own choices. Free will. If your dad had cancer, doesn't mean you're going to have cancer. If your mom is an alcoholic, doesn't mean you're going to be an alcoholic. Is if your brother or your uncle are successful and millionaires, doesn't mean you're going to be a successful millionaire. We got our own lives. Look inside from third eye right here. In fact, I don't know if you can see it. There's a little tiny dot right there. I've always had that. I thought, how come I got a dot right there? That's my third eye. It's a little tiny thing, but it it's a little tiny peephole, but it whew, opens up the world in a different type of world because it goes in. I look in it. I don't look out with it. That's I thought I'd share that little one with you. Thanks for watching. This is me, Lena, and I love you. Remember the three: no spitting, no cussing. What was the third one? You remember? It's you remember? No spitting, no cussing. What was the third one? If you don't remember, shame on you. I'll sit and wait for a little bit. I'm waiting. See if you guys can think about it. Giving you guys something, a task. Giving you guys some homework. Don't spit. Don't cuss. What is the third one? Hmm, I'll just leave it with this, I think. I'll tell you guys in the next video. Love unconditionally. It's not the three, but love unconditionally, no matter what. Love, 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 love. Okay, that's how I always put love, love. Okay, I always do that. Yeah, you're thinking, aren't you? Yeah, gotcha. I gotcha. What is that third one? No spitting, no cussing. Curiosity. We'll see you later. I'll let you know next time. You guys should know this anyway. We'll see you later. Thanks. I love you. Bye bye.